Trekcast. The galaxy's most unpredictable Star Trek podcast.
Hey everybody, it's Daniel. We're recording a special edition of Trekcast here. I've got some of the crew from the Starship Edsel? Is that what I'm understanding?
That's right.
Yeah, and we're here to talk about a really special performance that's coming up later next month. October 1st is my understanding of the Starship Edsel. We've got Kelsey and Carlos here joining us. Hey guys, how are you doing?
Hello.
Hello, doing great.
So, talk to us a little bit about the Starship Edsel. What is this? What's going on?
Well, Kelsey, do you want to go or do you want me to go?
Yeah, sure. The Starship Edsel is going to be opening at Otherworld Theatre. It's like a science fiction themed venue, which is really cool. We've created this kind of this situation where we're on a special ship called the Edsel, and we are kind of the outcasts from Starfleet Academy. All of us who are here have kind of been sent here for a special reason. Everyone on the ship either is really good at a job they weren't assigned to, so
yeah,
they're not.
So this is an improv comedy show, right?
Yeah, it's
loosely.
It's loosely scripted. Like they're bullet points that we have to hit. They're like plot points, but there's no script as far as like dialogue. So we just have to make our way from plot point to plot point, provided by the plot point writers.
Okay.
And the Edsel,
Yeah. Go ahead, Carlos.
The Edsel is a unique ship. Our understanding is that the Edsel is one of a kind. It was kind of like a boondoggle. They made a ship that was too creative for its own good, and it's really not worth a damn. You can't really use it for anything, so they just have it orbiting this tourist type planet, like on permanent. It's basically like a Federation museum. Basically, it serves as like a cruise ship-ish, like a museum-ish thing that orbits a planet. And like Kelsey said, the crew is just a bunch of has-beens, never-wases, and just the outcasts of the Federation.
Yeah, it's almost like a punishment to be sent there in a way. So we're all aware of that. And the planet itself that we're orbiting is called the planet of Atlantis.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have interaction there. Sometimes people on our ship will go on small vacations or voyages there. But for the most part, we're just kind of orbiting. It's kind of like if you go to like a military ship and you can like do a tour of it and like see the old like.
Yeah, like the one they have in Boston, the first naval ship that they have sitting in Boston. I think it's called the Freedom. Or something like that, and it just sits there, and you can go on it, and it's like an old-timey pirate ship, but it's a naval ship that the colonists or someone. I didn't stay on the ship long.
Yeah, the idea is that we can all do like tours. Like in addition to being the communications officer, my character can also give someone a tour of the ship, and like all the other characters can do that too. So it's a little like tongue in cheek in that way, where it's sort of.
We'll have missions like Star Trek. We'll have missions like Love Boat. It's all together, mixed in.
Now, it's my understanding, so as improv comedy, I would imagine each performance is different, right? So it's not like people can go multiple times and get a different show.
Yeah. The show, it is different. Every episode is different. But it is going to be a narrative. So like, what happens in the first episode, the first show will be canon. We can reference it. It becomes part of the story. It's basically like watching a live action season of a Star Trek like show.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no, go ahead.
As a matter of fact, this is going to be live streamed, so it'll be in front of the audience.
That's what I was going to bring up.
Yes, I'm so glad. Okay, so that connects. Wonderful. It'll be live streamed, and then so we have multiple cameras, multiple angles. So it's going to get like live edited too, and then we're going to post the episodes so you can watch them like it's a series. like it's a Star
Oh,
Trek
that's so
comedy
awesome.
series.
Yeah.
You can
But
follow
if
us.
you are in Chicago, come see it live.
Yeah, come see it live
Right,
because
for sure.
we love that energy of a live audience.
And it'll be live streamed on your YouTube, right? This is what I
I
have
think
up right now.
YouTube and possibly Twitch and maybe even Instagram. But yeah, YouTube. There's an Otherworld YouTube channel. There's a Twitch channel as well. So I think they put it on all the streams.
Okay, great.
All the streams.
And
Your
you guys
heart
have had
desires.
yeah, and you've had past Star Trek performers on, which is really cool as well. So it's not your first time in this world. Is
Yep.
this your guys' first time on a starship, I should ask, or?
I'm gonna say yes.
Same. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And then
That I know
there's
of.
also like makeup and you guys like talk
Carlos
to us
and
a
I
little bit
might
about
be the
that.
most heavily make-upped characters
Yeah.
in the show. Aside from our doctor, who is a Ferengi, he's got the ears and everything. But
Yeah.
yeah, Carlos, why don't you start with your character's makeup?
Yeah, I think we have four alien officers that require makeup, and we have a Trill, which is pretty simple, and then we have the Doctor, who's Ferengi, and he's not a Starfleet officer. He was just borrowed by the captain
He just
to
like
be
bought his
to
certificate
serve.
online.
Yeah,
Or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
as Ferengi do. And then I am Jaersk. The H is silent. I am the Klingon chief counselor of the ship. I am on loan from the
That's
KDF, the Klingon Defense Force. It's the officer exchange program, the same way that Kern was on board the Enterprise D and Riker
Okay.
was on board that other ship. It's the same program. It still lives on, and now I serve on the ship that has the most depressed officers, I think, possibly in the Federation. So I see it as my challenge to go into glorious battle of mental health.
It's
Got to
honestly
defeat
amazing.
that depression.
Yes.
Carlos is not going to toot his own horn or anything, but we've been building these characters and these relationships for a couple months, and just him being a counselor with his character is so super funny. It's just the idea of like, oh, you have a problem? Just battle it out. It's like
Yes.
fight. Role
That sounds
play.
hilarious.
Weapons. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah.
And talk to us about your character, Kelsey.
Yeah. Okay. So Lieutenant Ko A is the communications officer, but her character is a little complicated. I am a Cardassian and a Bajoran mix.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of conflict there, just internally. Yeah, my history is that my father was like a Cardassian war criminal, and my mom was like a Bajoran, warship engineer situation. But then when I was born, I was adopted by a family of Earth influencers who became famous by adopting children of many alien races, kind of like a futuristic TLC, if you will. TLC.
Yeah.
So I was brought
That's
up
awesome.
on the camera, and so my character is now like an influencer, like a space social media influencer.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
She's
so
Koei.
I'm Ko-A, the Kardashian.
Koei, the Cardassian.
So I'm always, I'm always like recording everything all the time. Everyone doesn't know that, it's kind of a secret, but I'm always recording things and posting things. So you never know with my character, like if we're having like a genuine moment together, or if I'm just kind of hamming it up for the views.
Yeah. It's not a tightly run ship, Daniel. It has problems. There's problems from the top
Doesn't sound
down.
like it. Yeah. Now, for these characters, I know you guys said the show was written. The plot points are written. Were the characters written, or did you guys develop these, or?
I think a little of A, a little of B. I
Okay.
was presented with the idea of the character, like a Klingon counselor. I came to them and I said, hey, I have this idea for like the Klingon doctor. So they're like, oh, we have a Klingon counselor, like set.
Okay.
I think the main writer or the writers, this started as like some sort of RPG, I think. And then it, now it's evolved to this. So I think it existed in some other form possibly in the past, but now we're doing it as this live narrative show, semi-improvised show.
Oh,
So
right on.
like, yeah, kind of like the way that they do Curb Your Enthusiasm, but with
Okay.
Star Trek,
Totally.
or a Star Trek-like organization.
I think I get the sense I know the answer to this, but so before you guys were on this show, were you guys Star Trek fans, or did it bring you into this? Okay.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I think Carlos definitely knows a lot more lore than I do. My history is a little bit like when I was growing up, my dad and our quality time was watching TV and movies, but I wasn't allowed to choose or pick ever. So like it was never like Disney movies. It was always the Sci-Fi Channel, and so that was kind of like a near and dear sort of like nostalgic growing up feel for me, and a very like coming around full circle, becoming an adult, and then being a character for a Star Trek show. So he's gonna live stream it and watch it for sure from home because he's all the way in Memphis, Tennessee. So that feels very cool. But Carlos, I feel, is a lot more up to date, and he can answer a lot of questions that we have if we ever have any in rehearsal.
Yeah, it's like my main. The thing I know most is the next generation of Trek. I've seen multiple TOS episodes, but not all of them together. But I've seen more than a few of those, and I've seen a few Discovery episodes. I just haven't gotten to it yet. I want to still check it out, but like when I have time to like just sit down and just watch it. I've seen Lower Decks, the first 2 seasons. I even one Halloween I tried to dress up as Data, but it's hard to make caramel skin look gold. So that was challenging.
I know that
makeup
struggle, buddy.
wise.
I know that struggle. Yeah.
You know.
Well, awesome. I'm excited for the show. I can't wait to watch it. I will definitely be streaming it. We will have links for the YouTube channel in the descriptions for people so that they can watch it there if they're not in Chicago. But if you're in Chicago, absolutely go. Tickets are very low in price. It looks great. Go multiple times for sure. Anything else you guys want to throw in before we wrap it up?
The show's once a month, so it's easy to go multiple times, and you can actually keep track of the show as it goes. It's a fun time. Everyone's been having fun. It's been like rehearsing for the show's been like Star Trek summer camp, honestly. It's like just fun to go in there because we start with just say random Star Trek things, go. And then it's just
word
like,
association. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a showing off who knows most. It's like people keep finding more obscure things, like the Obsidian Order,
Yep. Deep cut stuff. Yeah, and just like talking about Romulan ale and
deuterium. Terok
If
Nor.
you can throw in a Tuvix, I'll be so happy.
Oh, Tuvix hasn't come up yet. That's good.
Yeah, it's been so good because we've spent months just building our characters. That's been so important because we know that like all of the humor in Star Trek is just knowing the characters so well that what they say is hilarious because we know that character,
Yeah.
and we know how that character would respond to a different character. It's that whole that whole ongoing thing of like logical versus illogical, or that person's emotional, that person is too bloodthirsty, or this is an android. We have an android in our show.
Yes.
We like to explore all of that and how the characters interact and how they get along. Like my character's part Cardassian, and so like part of our culture as Cardassians is that the women think that if guys are like overly aggressive that they're flirting with them. So of course I think that the commander is in love with me, and I just think it's pathetic, and we have this ongoing love affair going on. But even though for him he's like what are you talking about, just get back to work, and I'm just like never fully doing my job. But I think it's great. No, they run such a tight ship over at Otherworld. Dylan Schaefer, the creative director, Tiffany Schaefer, like over there. I mean, the shows are great. Go see our Star Trek Starship Edsel, but also go see, Portal Prov. Go see, there's so many shows to check out. And once you see that beautiful, mystical, just fairy tale like theater, you'll just be in love and want to go back all the time.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I'm very excited. I can't wait to watch the show. I wish I lived closer so I could go see the show live, but.
Oh, well, live stream, always.
We'll transport you over. Just give us your.
Yeah, we'll transport you.
We'll beam you in.
Beam you in, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being on the show, guys. I really appreciate it. And once again, everybody, go watch the live stream or go in person. We'll have links in the description. Thanks.
Thank you, Daniel. Have a good one. Bye, everyone. Live long and prosper.
Program complete.